Ryan Carter never believed in love anymore. At 28, he had already experienced the kind of heartbreak that changes a man forever. 5 years earlier, he had fallen deeply in love with a woman named Claire. He imagined marriage, a future, children, and peace. But Claire left him for someone richer. That day broke something inside him. Since then, Ryan focused only on work. He lived in a modern apartment in downtown Chicago, worked as a successful architect, and avoided emotional attachments. His days were predictable. Wake up, work, gym, sleep, repeat. Love no longer existed in his world. But his mother disagreed. Margaret Carter believed love could be arranged. She was elegant, wealthy, and extremely controlling. Since Ryan's father died, she became the center of Ryan's life. She raised him alone, sacrificed everything for him, and believed she earned the right to make decisions for him. Margaret hated seeing Ryan alone. Every family dinner ended with the same conversation. "Ryan, you need a wife." Ryan sighed. "Mom, not again. You're not getting younger." "I'm 28. That's old enough." Ryan smiled slightly. "You sound like I'm already 40. Margaret didn't smile. She was serious. One rainy Sunday evening, Ryan arrived at his mother's mansion for dinner. The house looked beautiful as always. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, expensive paintings. But tonight felt different. Margaret seemed unusually excited. Ryan sat down. "What's going on?" Margaret smiled. "I've made a decision." Ryan instantly became nervous. That sentence never ends well. She placed her wine glass down. "You've spent enough years hiding from life." Ryan stayed silent. "I've arranged meetings for you." Ryan frowned. "What meetings?" Margaret smiled proudly. "With 3 women." Ryan froze. "What?" "They're all wonderful." "Mom, you will spend time with each one." Ryan leaned back. "No." Margaret ignored him. "One comes from an excellent family. One is kind and stable. One is unique." Ryan rubbed his forehead. "You picked women for me." "Yes." "This isn't a business interview." Margaret leaned forward. "No, Ryan. This is your future." Ryan stood. "I'm leaving." Margaret's voice became softer. "You're lonely." Ryan stopped. The words hit him. Because they were true. He hated admitting it. The apartment felt empty every night. His success meant nothing when he came home alone. Margaret continued. "You don't know how to open your heart anymore." Ryan looked away. "You're afraid." That sentence hurt even more. Ryan sat back down. "Who are they?" Margaret smiled slowly. She knew she had won. "The first girl is Sophia Bennett." Ryan listened. "She comes from a respected family. Beautiful, smart, ambitious." Margaret pulled out a photo. Sophia looked stunning. Dark hair, sharp eyes, perfect smile. Ryan nodded slightly. "She looks like she belongs on a magazine cover." Margaret smiled. "The second is Emily Dawson." She handed another picture. Emily looked simple. Soft smile. Warm eyes. Nothing dramatic. But something felt peaceful about her. "The third girl is Lily Morgan." Ryan looked at the final photo. Lily looked different. Quiet eyes. Mysterious expression. Almost sad. Ryan stared longer than expected. Margaret noticed. "She's interesting." Ryan handed back the pictures. "This is crazy. Just meet them." Ryan sighed. "You already planned everything, didn't you?" Margaret smiled. "Tomorrow evening." "Sophia." Ryan shook his head. "My life is officially not my own anymore." But deep inside, curiosity appeared. And for the first time in years, Ryan wondered whether his mother might actually be right. The next evening, Ryan arrived at a luxury rooftop restaurant. Chicago lights glowed beneath the glass walls. Soft music played. Sophia Bennett was already waiting. She looked exactly like her picture. Elegant, stylish, perfectly dressed. When she stood up, she smiled politely. "Ryan." "Yes." They shook hands. Her grip was confident. She carried herself like someone who knew she was attractive. Dinner began smoothly. Sophia was intelligent. She spoke about business, travel, fashion, luxury resorts. Ryan listened carefully. She was impressive, but something felt cold. Every sentence sounded rehearsed. Every smile felt practiced. She asked Ryan about his career. "You're an architect?" "Yes." "That's attractive." Ryan raised an eyebrow. "Attractive. Successful men usually are." Ryan noticed something. She never asked emotional questions. No interest in who he was. Only what he had. Halfway through dinner, Sophia looked around. "This restaurant is decent." Ryan almost laughed. "Decent? Yes. Not bad." Ryan looked outside. The view was breathtaking. He wondered how anything this beautiful could be called decent. Sophia sipped wine. My father owns multiple companies. Ryan nodded. My mother probably mentioned that. Sophia smiled. She did. Then Sophia leaned closer. Your mother told me you've become emotionally distant. Ryan froze. She told you that? Sophia nodded. She worries. Ryan suddenly felt uncomfortable. This no longer felt like a date. It felt like an interview. Sophia continued. I believe relationships should be practical. Ryan looked at her. Practical? Yes. Two successful people building status together. Ryan leaned back. And love? Sophia shrugged. Love fades. That sentence changed everything. Ryan looked at her differently. Beautiful. Perfect. Empty. He remembered Claire. Another woman who valued appearance over emotion. Dinner ended politely. Outside, Sophia smiled. You're interesting. Ryan nodded. You too. But inside, he already knew. Sophia was not the one. She represented everything Ryan feared. Beauty without connection. Perfection without warmth. As he drove home, Ryan felt exhausted. His phone buzzed. His mother. How was she? Ryan sighed. She's perfect. Margaret sounded excited. I knew it. Ryan stared at the road. But perfection isn't always enough. He ended the call. And suddenly, he felt strangely curious about the next girl. 2 days later, Ryan met Emily Dawson. Unlike Sophia, Emily chose a small coffee shop. No luxury. No expensive view. Just warmth. Emily smiled the moment she saw him. And somehow, Ryan immediately felt relaxed. She wore simple clothes. No designer brands. No fake confidence. Just kindness. Hi, she said. Hi. They sat near the window. Emily laughed softly. This is awkward. Ryan smiled. Very. She looked relieved. Good. I thought only I felt nervous. Ryan noticed how honest she was. No pretending. No performance. They talked for hours. Emily worked as an elementary school teacher. She loved books. She loved helping children. She lived simply. When Ryan asked why she agreed to this setup, Emily smiled. My parents think I work too much. Ryan laughed. Same problem. Unlike Sophia, Emily asked questions. Real questions. What makes you happy? Ryan paused. He hadn't thought about that in years. What scares you? Ryan looked down. Losing people. Emily's expression softened. That means you care deeply. Ryan looked at her. No judgment. Only understanding. For the first time in years. Ryan talked honestly. He shared his heartbreak. Claire. The betrayal. The fear. Emily listened quietly. She never interrupted. When he finished, she said softly. That pain still lives inside you. Ryan looked surprised. Yes. Emily smiled sadly. You didn't stop loving. You just stopped trusting. Ryan felt something shift inside. Nobody had ever understood him that quickly. When they walked outside, snow began falling. Emily looked up. It's beautiful. Ryan watched her smile. And suddenly, he didn't want the evening to end. She looked at him. Thank you. For what? For being real. Ryan stood silently. He realized something. Emily felt safe. Like peace. As Ryan drove home, he smiled. For the first time in years. But he still had one final girl to meet. And he had no idea that she would change everything. Ryan met Lily Morgan 1 week later. The meeting happened in a quiet bookstore cafe. When Ryan entered, he saw her immediately. She sat near a shelf of old novels. Reading. She looked up. Their eyes met. And Ryan felt something strange. Recognition. As if he had known her before. Lily smiled softly. You're Ryan. Yes. Her voice was calm. Gentle. Unlike Sophia's confidence or Emily's warmth, Lily carried sadness. A quiet sadness. They talked slowly. Lily worked as a freelance writer. She loved old books. Rain. Silence. Unlike the others, she never tried to impress him. She simply existed. Ryan noticed her eyes. Beautiful. But tired. As if she carried heavy memories. After an hour, Ryan asked, Why do you seem sad? Lily looked surprised. Most people never asked. She smiled slightly. Because I've lost people. Ryan stayed quiet. Lily looked outside. My fiancé died 3 years ago. Ryan froze. I'm sorry. She nodded. After that, I stopped believing life could surprise me. Ryan understood immediately. Pain recognized pain. For the next hour, they talked honestly. No pretending. No masks. Two broken people sharing silence. When Ryan walked Lily home, rain started falling. They stood outside her apartment. Lily smiled. You're different than I expected. Ryan asked. Better or worse? She smiled. Real. Ryan looked at her. And suddenly, he felt torn. Emily felt like peace. Lily felt like understanding. He couldn't explain it. Driving home, Ryan felt confused. For the first time, his heart was awake. And that terrified him. Margaret invited Ryan to dinner one final time. She wanted answers. Ryan arrived quietly. His mother smiled. So, Ryan sat down. You planned this like a competition. Margaret smiled. Because I know you. Ryan stayed silent. Which one? Ryan looked down. Sophia represented success. Emily represented peace. Lily represented pain and understanding. Margaret waited. Ryan sighed. I don't know. Margaret looked surprised. You like two? Ryan nodded. Emily and Lily. Margaret smiled. I expected that. Ryan looked up. You expected everything. Margaret paused. Then she said something surprising. I only wanted you to feel again. Ryan froze. His mother's eyes softened. You stopped living after Claire. Ryan stayed silent. Margaret continued. You weren't my son anymore. Ryan looked away. That hurt. Because it was true. That night, Ryan drove alone. He thought about Emily. Her warmth. Her kindness. Then he thought about Lily. Her pain. Her honesty. He realized something. Emily healed him. But Lily understood him. And understanding felt deeper. Ryan parked outside Lily's apartment. He stood outside nervously. Then knocked. Lily opened the door. Surprised. Ryan. He looked at her. I think I know why I came. She stayed silent. Ryan smiled softly. You see the parts of me nobody understands. Lily's eyes filled with emotion. Ryan continued. I don't know where this goes. But I know I want to try. Lily looked down. Then smiled. The kind of smile that appears after years of sadness. She stepped closer. And for the first time in years, Ryan felt hope. Not perfect love. Not easy love. Real love. The kind built between broken people. And as they stood there in the rain, Ryan realized something. Maybe his mother never chose who he should love. Maybe she only gave him the chance to love again.